You do not get a better life by simply waiting for it to arrive. You get a better life by building better habits day after day. That one simple sentence might be all you need to hear today. Because the truth is this: your life right now is a reflection of your habits. Your current reality reflects how you show up, react, and choose every single day. If you feel stuck, mentally lost, or deeply tired, it is not because you are broken. It is because your daily habits are quietly working against you instead of for you. The good news is that you can rewire your entire mindset by changing what you do each day. This audiobook will walk you through 10 positive habits that can reshape the way you think. These are simple, clear, real-life practices that help you think sharper and feel better. They will help you focus more deeply and finally move forward with your life. You do not need a perfect personality. You need a better pattern. If you apply these 10 habits consistently, everything about your life can begin to shift. Not overnight, not magically, but steadily, powerfully, and permanently. Chapter 1. Wake up with a purpose and stop wasting time. Wake up with a purpose and stop wasting your most precious resource, time. It sounds simple, but it is one of the most powerful changes you will ever make. Most people open their eyes, grab their phone, and slide into the day with no direction. No clear goal, no urgency, no real reason behind their actions. They start the day as if it does not really matter. You need to start waking up like your life is on the line, because it is. You do not get this day again. Once it is gone forever. Your time is your life. When you waste time, you are literally wasting your life. I am not talking about staying busy with random tasks. I am talking about being intentional and focused, waking up and saying, I am doing this today and I know exactly why. That level of clarity changes how you move. It gives you energy, sharpens your focus, and anchors your day. Most people are not living with intention. They are sleepwalking through routines. Waking up with purpose means you stop handing your time over to the world by default. Instead of checking messages and letting others decide your mood, you choose what matters before the world starts shouting at you. Purpose gives you inner fire. When you have a strong reason, you do not need shallow motivation quotes. You create momentum by doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Every morning, ask yourself, what am I actively building today in my life? Not just what is on my to-do list, but what am I building? Health, skills, money, respect, peace. A plan without purpose becomes tiring. A purpose without a plan becomes fantasy. You need both, a clear reason and a clear action. If you keep waking up without a plan, you are programming yourself to repeat the same cycle. You can build a better life if you start owning your mornings. Invest them in habits, thoughts, and actions that move you toward something real. The first habit is simple but critical. Wake up with purpose and stop wasting time. Chapter 2. Plan your day before the world distracts you. Plan your day before the world gets a chance to distract you. This is one of the best moves you can make for growth, peace, and your future. The moment your feet hit the floor, everything around you is designed to pull you away. Notifications, messages, news, other people's emergencies. The world is ready to drag your mind everywhere except where you need it. Most people live in constant reaction mode. They respond to whatever shows up whenever it shows up. And so their most important goals remain unfinished year after year. Planning your day is how you set the tone. It is how you make sure the right things get done. Being busy is not the same as being productive. You need quiet space and mental clarity. A few minutes where you decide what truly matters before anyone else speaks. Write down your top 3 priorities for the day. Not 30, not 15, 3. 3 high-value actions that, if done, would move your life forward. When you plan ahead, you remove guesswork. People who wing it usually waste their time, then wonder where it went. Planning also reduces anxiety. Your mind gets overwhelmed when you try to hold too many loose tasks in your head. Putting it on paper frees your brain to think clearly and creatively. You give yourself direction. You stop overthinking. When you know what matters most, you stop chasing what does not. Planning your day is also training in discipline. You stop waiting for motivation and start relying on structure. Because when life gets messy, and it will, your plan is what keeps you steady. If you only work when you feel motivated, you will not get very far. If you work according to a plan, you get results whether you feel like it or not. Planning your day might sound small, but it touches every part of your life, your money, your health, your relationships, your future. The second habit is this: plan your day before the world distracts you. Chapter 3. Talk to yourself like someone you respect. Talk to yourself like someone you respect. This one habit can completely change how you think and live. All day, every day, you have a conversation running in your mind. Most people have no idea how toxic that voice has become. If another person spoke to you the way you speak to yourself, you would cut them off and never call them again. You cannot build confidence by attacking yourself. You cannot grow stronger while feeding your mind a steady diet of doubt and insults. The way you speak to yourself becomes the way you see yourself. The way you see yourself shapes what you expect from your life. Start noticing the words you use when you think about yourself. Would you say those same things to a close friend you care about? If not, they do not belong in your head either. Respecting yourself in thought is not arrogance. It is not pretending you are perfect. It is giving yourself the kindness, patience, and encouragement you offer to others. When you speak to yourself with respect, your inner posture changes. You stand a little straighter in your own mind. Your decisions become bolder and more intentional. You can admit your mistakes without calling yourself a failure. You can say, "I got that wrong, but I am capable of doing better next time." Your mind listens to everything you say, even when you are just joking or being sarcastic about yourself. That is why you must replace destructive self-talk with language that builds strength. This is hard, but I have handled hard things before. I am learning. I am not finished yet. Respectful self-talk builds mental toughness and endurance. You will need both when things get rough. Discipline says, "I expect more from myself because I know what I am capable of." Disrespect says, "I am not good enough and I will never make it." One lifts you up, the other wears you down. Start becoming the strong inner voice you always wished you had when you were struggling. The third habit: talk to yourself like someone you truly respect. Chapter 4. Take action. When your mind says delay. Take action exactly when your mind starts saying later. That moment when your thoughts whisper, "Wait, not now, maybe tomorrow," is the fork in the road where your future is decided. The resistance you feel is the wall between who you are and who you could become. Most people lose the battle at that wall because they believe the delay. The voice that says, "not now," sounds logical. It tells you that you are tired, that you will do it when you feel better, that it will be easier later. But in reality, that voice is a habit of hesitation. It is not protecting you, it is shrinking your life. You cannot build anything valuable with constant delay. You cannot grow if you keep postponing every important action. That is why this habit is a breakthrough. You act when your mind says, "wait." This is not about drama or hype. It is about a small window of seconds where you choose who is in charge. When your brain tells you to pause, you step forward instead. Not because you feel like it, but because you have already decided what kind of person you are becoming. If you hesitate, the mind takes over and pulls you back into old patterns. If you act, you send a clear message to your brain: "I give the orders here." Every time you act when you do not feel ready, you build discipline and inner strength. You do not need perfect conditions, full energy, or extra time. You need to start. The truth is, more dreams are killed by later than by failure. The longer you delay, the heavier everything feels. The task grows in your mind until it looks impossible. You must move faster than your excuses. You will never feel perfectly ready. Stop waiting for that feeling. Your mind wants comfort. Your deeper self wants growth. That is the source of your inner conflict. The fourth habit is simple but uncomfortable. Take action when your mind says delay. Chapter 5. Push yourself to finish what you start, especially today. This is how you build character and self-respect. anyone can start something new. Most people do again and again. Starting is easy. Finishing is rare. When you leave things half done, it slowly drains your mind. Unfinished tasks create mental noise and tension. They send a message to your brain: I do not follow through. Over time, you stop trusting yourself. You begin to doubt your ability to complete anything important, and that lack of self-trust destroys confidence. Finishing is how you repair that trust. Every time you complete a task, you prove to yourself that you are reliable. The rule of completion: if you start a small project today, finish it today. Reply to the email, send the file, clean the corner, complete the call. Do not let simple tasks drag across 3 or 4 days. The satisfaction of completion is fuel. It rewires your mind from I leave things to I close loops. Of course, big goals take time, sometimes months or years. But even there, you can define small pieces that you finish daily. 1 page written, 1 workout done, 1 lesson learned. Finishing is a habit. The 5th positive habit is this: push yourself to finish what you start. Chapter 6. Stop only consuming, start creating. Most people live their entire lives consuming. They watch, scroll, read, listen, but they rarely create. Real growth happens when you move from passive intake to active output. When you only consume, you live inside other people's ideas. When you create, you build your own. Creating forces you to think, decide, take responsibility. It turns information into skill and experience. The creation challenge: for every hour you spend consuming, spend at least some time creating. If you watch a video on success, write your own 3 takeaways and 1 action. If you read a book, summarize what it means for your life and how you will use it. If you are always watching others build it, your life becomes a reaction to theirs. Stop being a spectator in your own story. Creation does not have to be perfect or public. It can be private, messy, and small. The point is not to impress anyone. The point is to engage your mind actively. The 6th habit: stop only consuming, start creating. Chapter 7. Embrace the hard truth of feedback. If you only surround yourself with people who always agree with you, you will eventually hit a wall and stay there. To truly rewire your mindset, you must become willing to hear the hard truth. That truth often arrives disguised as uncomfortable feedback. Successful people move toward feedback, not away from it. The process: to identify one person whose opinion you deeply respect. Ask them for honest, specific feedback on your work or behavior. Ask them, what is my biggest blind spot right now? Then listen, without defending, arguing, or explaining. Feedback is not a judgment on your worth. It is data for growth. The habit of receiving feedback breaks your ego and replaces it with improvement. You stop clinging to the need to be right and start focusing on becoming better. The 7th habit: embrace honest feedback, especially when it stings. Chapter 8. Practice deep focus on a single task. The modern obsession with multitasking is a myth. It destroys your focus and trains your brain to chase distraction. To rewire your mind for depth and power, you must practice doing one thing at a time. The method: choose one important task. Set a clear time block for it, 20, 30, or 45 minutes. Remove all predictable distractions. Put your phone in another room. Close unnecessary tabs. Then, for that block of time, give the task your full attention. Your mind will wander. That is normal. Do not judge it, just gently bring it back. This is like meditation with a purpose. You are training your brain to stay with something that matters. Deep focus is a superpower. 1 hour of clean focus can beat 5 hours of scattered effort. The 8th habit: practice deep focus with one task at a time. Chapter 9. Find small wins and celebrate them. Most people ignore their small wins and only notice their failures. No wonder they feel unsuccessful and exhausted. To rewire your mindset, you must train your brain to recognize progress. Small wins keep you motivated during long journeys. They provide proof that you are moving forward, even if slowly. The habit: at the end of every day, write down at least 3 small wins. They do not need to be dramatic. Waking up on time, choosing a healthier meal, reading a few pages, doing 5 minutes of exercise, all of these count. The size of the win is not the point. The act of noticing it is what matters. This trains your mind to look for what is working, not just what is missing. Celebrate effort, not only results. Celebrate showing up, not just finishing. The ninth habit: find small wins and consciously celebrate them. Chapter 10. Build an ironclad, non-negotiable routine. Your feelings will betray you when it is time to act. You will not always feel like doing what is best for you. The way to bypass unreliable feelings is to build a non-negotiable routine. A routine removes constant decision-making. You do not wake up and ask, "Do I feel like this?" You simply do it because it is part of who you are. The structure: identify your top 3 high-value habits, the ones that drive the most growth. For example, wake up at a consistent time, move your body for a set period, do focused work at a specific hour, then commit to doing them every day, regardless of mood or excuses. If you allow constant exceptions, your routine will collapse the moment life gets stressful. When you honor your routine, you build power and respect for yourself. Your rewired mindset starts to live by a simple truth: the routine is the boss. My feelings are just background noise. The 10th habit: build and protect a non-negotiable routine. Remember this final, non-negotiable instruction in your mind. A disciplined, powerful life is not found through random motivation. It is built through relentless, consistent, non-negotiable action day after day. Confidence is not about punishing yourself or proving something to others. It is the highest expression of genuine self-respect. Remember this final, non-negotiable instruction in your mind. A disciplined, powerful life is not found through random motivation. It is built through relentless, consistent, non-negotiable action day after day. Confidence is not about punishing yourself or proving something to others. It is the highest expression of genuine self-respect. Every time you wake up with a sense of purpose, take a moment to plan your day. Talk to yourself with a little respect. Don't put things off, and actually follow through on what you start. Try to create more than you consume. Welcome honest feedback. Stay deeply focused. Celebrate the small wins and stick to your routine. You are not just changing your schedule. You are rewiring your mindset and building a life you can finally be proud of.